In this video, I will be showing you how to apply the distributive property. Now, to understand the distributive property, I find it easiest to show a brief example. So let's say that I had a problem written like this. Now, according to order of operations, I would start by solving what's in the parentheses. 2 plus 1 is 3, so I would have a 3 times 3 is 9. But using the distributive property, I also could choose to distribute or multiply that 3 inside to all of the components that make up that parentheses. So I could multiply 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 1 is 3, and 6 plus 3 will also get me 9. So that's where the distributive property comes from. Now, if I were to apply that with variables, as you see in this first example, I'm going to be multiplying the 4 inside to each part or each term that's inside the parentheses. So to start with, 4 times h is 4h. 4 times negative 2y is negative 8y. And I always take the symbol with the number or the coefficient. And if I didn't, that's okay. I could have done 4 times 2 is 8, and there is a subtraction in between. 4 times 5 is 20. And there is my simplified expression. Looking at the next example, this doesn't have a number in front of the parentheses. Now, technically, there's always a negative 1 in front that we're multiplying inside, but the 1 is not going to change the values of the coefficients. So that negative is going to be distributed to each part of my parentheses. Now, technically, what that's going to do is it's just going to flip the sign of everything inside. So instead of 5x, I will now have a negative 5x. Instead of the negative 3y, I will now have a positive 3y. And instead of 7t, I will now have minus or negative 7t. If it helps you to think of distributing a negative 1 by multiplying by negative 1, you could do that as well. That's up to you. It might help you to understand why that coefficient or the number out front is not changing, but you're still going to get the same answer because anything times 1 is just that number, and the negative is just going to flip the sign.